We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day, and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more, because we have an appointment with destiny.
What's happening, sports fans? We welcome you back to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider. God, I'm so effing tired of doing the same intro over and over and over. You know it. You really don't care about me or anybody else that hosts this show. You care about the team that's here. The Del Norte Nighthawks are here. Their girls lacrosse team is part of what I would describe as like the proof that lacrosse is growing out here. We, over the past couple of years, maybe 5-6 years as a show, have said the words Torrey Pines, La Costa Canyon, maybe Santa Fe Christian on the guys' side, but like we've said Torrey Pines and LCC on every lacrosse, everything, and everyone's getting sick of that. And that's because for a while it was only those schools. And now there's a couple more that are like messing around with like actually being good at this game. And Del Norte, after their win last night, as of taping this last night against Carlsbad, I think is feeling probably pretty confident about their season. I'm feeling like they are one of the teams that is exuding. Who have you guys played this? We'll get to this. I'm curious, who have you played this as a youth sport? Because this is now on that level as lacrosse grows. It's one of the more exciting sports. Enough of me. Let's go left to right here. Everybody, please introduce yourselves, name, grade, position, and for coaches, I like to say instead of grade, if you can remember what grade you'd be at this point, yes. If not, how many years you've been at the school. Left or right, please, as was asked.
I'm Coach Casey. This is my first year at Del Norte.
Do you not go by Coach Pedersen?
No, Coach Casey. Swear. What am I against?
You just refuse to acknowledge
Conflict of interest, you know.
two bleeping years of wedded bliss, and she just now comes on the show finally. Soto.
I'm Coach Soto, and this is my first year at Del Norte as well.
I'm Leah Pham. I'm a senior, and I am a defensive mid.
My name's Elise Cardall. I'm a sophomore, and I play midfield.
I'm Kyra Evans. I'm a midfielder, and I'm a junior.
I'm Mia Chambers. I'm a senior, and I'm an offensive midi.
Kyra, do we have some sort of like reclassification shenanigans there? Do you forget that you're a junior or a sophomore or something like that? Are you trying for a fifth year somehow in high school?
No, just uncomfortable.
Deal. Okay, fair enough. So we're gonna zoom the camera. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so sophomore through senior here. Anybody play this as a youth sport before high school? All right, sweet, killer. Love to hear that. How are you guys feeling about this season? This is an open question, just to everybody. Are like, if I had to say 0 to 100. How are you feeling about this season? What grade are we giving this year so far?
I'd say 100. I think just coming in, it was super stressful, especially with the new coach. And now that we've had all of our games, and our record's been pretty good, especially against some tough teams, I'd give it 100 so far.
9-2, and that 9-2 includes some uncomfortably close games that required a little bit of white knuckling it, I'm sure, but also includes a couple of decent blowouts. And I think last night you guys against Carlsbad, or this, what the last couple wins have been RB, Carlsbad, some other schools that have been maybe going into the season you would have said, hey, we don't know, we're kind of even, they're a little neck and but now it's you blew them out. So what is the vibe right now? Is it hey, we're exceeding expectations? Is it we've got more work to go? How are you guys feeling? Take us inside the huddle a little bit.
I think the biggest thing in a sport like lacrosse, like you've mentioned, where it's constantly changing, you can never get comfortable. And I think that's where we are as a team right now. Like, obviously, we're in a growing year right now, and a lot of new girls to this sport and everything. But like Mia said, going off that, I would definitely give our program so far a really high rating. I mean, we've gone in it, just, pedal to the metal nonstop, and we're not going to stop until we go to playoffs and beyond. So,
has one of the wins been bigger? I know as an external fan, I would say that I think one of them has been, or the others have been bigger. But for you guys internally, was one of the wins so far maybe one that proved to yourselves or proved outward that you're like, hey, we feel like that set a tone to the rest of the county?
I think when we beat Bishops, that was like a really big win for us. Like, I feel like it made our team like a lot more confidence, and like we were like, we can actually do this. Like, we can compete with everybody else.
So you've got the self-confidence now. You're looking ahead at the rest of the schedule. And I know that one of you, most likely coach, will give me we're going to take it one game at a time, yada, yada, yada. That immediately gets you sent out. Goodbye. No cliches allowed here. You guys got a pretty tough schedule, though, the rest of the way. Is there one game out of this, though, that you'd say, hey, if we had to throw it all at that one, we're out for blood that night? Like, that's the one that really matters still. That's the one that we're going for. Who's the right? Like, or is it just, hey, we just want to get to the playoffs at this point?
I'd say Poway. The last 3 years, we haven't been able to beat them. And I think it would be cool senior year to finally...
So Poway is the program, because Poway's not necessarily Del Norte's school
No.
rival, but for you guys as a program,
Yeah.
that's where the bad blood is.
Yeah.
No love, no love. Oh, okay, do tell. You can't say, oh, I'm awkward in camera, and then jump from the back of the crowd there with me personally. I no me gusta Poway High School.
No, just all of the girls on that. Like, I know a lot of the girls on their team, and they're always like, oh, we're going to, like, blow you out. Like, they think it's going to be, like, such an easy game, and I just don't believe that.
Where does trash talking take place in the modern era? Is this actual physical, like you see these girls in person, or is this on the comment section on Instagram? Like, yes, I'm dead serious, because in my generation, trash talking was much more trash talking. Look.
Was a carrier pigeon?
Yes. No, okay. We're gonna go studio microphones here for a second, so that this is just only for us in here. You could say whatever the fuck you wanted because you didn't have any, they couldn't hunt you down on Facebook or Instagram, so you could be as vulgar and mean to people as you wanted possibly. Now you can't. So that's what I'm getting at. So is this face-to-face trash talking, or is this in the comment section on an app or something like that? Where does the modern trash talking before a big game take place?
I think during games, some games it's on the field, to be honest. But a lot of games it's just like not like it's like inadvertent trash talk, like, oh, you guys are doing interesting. We'll see you at the game.
It's passive aggressive.
Yeah.
It's extra like you go home that night and you're like, that was kind of mean.
Yeah.
It hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Why did she say that? Okay, fair enough. Now, girls lacrosse also, I feel like, has a lot of wiggle room for accidental like, you guys don't get to play the full guys version of the game, but I'm sure you all want to play physical. So does that allow you to get away with the accidental, like, a girl be talking trash, you can smack her in the head? Oh, my bad. I was going for the ball. I didn't mean to give you a minor concussion there. Or is that coach over there going, oh, no. Do you guys get away? Anyone want to own up to playing a little dirty, given that no one's wearing helmets and you can throw an extra little stick check in here?
I'm looking at you.
The awkward laughter means that she's the one that actually does it over there, because she's the one quietly. She's like, exactly. They're the ones that are like, no, not us. How's it going with first-year coach? Because for you seniors especially, that can sometimes be a great thing to go out on a high note. That can also sometimes be like, hey, like we feel like maybe they're building toward the younger kids and we get a little left out of this. But for you guys as seniors, how's it going?
I'd say going into it, it's kind of nerve-wracking because you do think, like, oh, are they going to worry more about, like, these younger players that are going to be coming up and growing eventually? And I think so far they've done a good job of making sure that, like, the seniors feel like they're getting what they want out of the season as well, and they feel like, they're being taken care of just as much as these younger players, and even though it's their last year, like, they still get a chance to grow.
For me, I think it's a little bit different because Mia's been in the Nighthawk program for quite a few years now. And for me, this is only my second year here in like the Del Norte program. So it wasn't as much of a readjustment, I guess, as it would be for the rest of the team. But it's been a lot of moving parts within the last 2 seasons. Not only did I transfer in when it was a new coaching staff last year, we really got a whole new, reset.
So you're saying the moment you showed up, there's been 2 coaches. And this program has been constantly shifting, and you're actually the problem.
Yep,
You're
exactly.
burning through head coaches
That's exactly.
at a rate
It's
that
me.
nobody else.
It's the reason we keep rotating coaching staff.
Do you
Full
have a younger
responsibility.
sister? Because if so, then this
Oh,
Del
no.
Norte is screwed.
No, I'm out of
Years to
here.
come.
Once I'm gone, we're done. But, I mean, I think it's been really awesome. I feel like it allows more wiggle room for everyone. Although, I guess for the upperclassmen, it's a little bit of nerves, like, oh, gosh, how's this going to, like, be different from last season? It also allows a lot of the new girls coming in to kind of be like, oh, everyone, like, there are no almost, like, favorites and everything. There's no cliques coming into a new program, so it kind of just sets the slate clean for everyone.
For you coaches, how's it going? Soto, you have been on the precipice and or in the open division with Granite Hills, which I think a lot of people have considered reaching at the very top of the capability or slightly overreaching for what the perceived talent is. But you get 80-something girls at tryouts. You get juniors and seniors. Like you get the whole. Seems like you're getting people to buy in really quick. How's it going for you?
It's something that I mentioned to the girls last night. I didn't make the move, and the girls didn't commit to me just to win games. We definitely came together as a unit, as a program, to win a championship. So I think that's our focus, and I think as the season has gone on, not only are we proving it to ourselves, but we're proving it to the league.
Coach Pedersen, for you, how is this experience?
Coach Casey. Coach Casey. Yeah.
For you, fine. You want to play that game? All right. When this show first encountered you, you were getting your ass beat when you were coaching in the hood. From getting your ass beat by coaching in the hood to now, how has life progressed? Yeah. Okay. No. Here's your legitimate question: is you've seen with Soto, so maybe you can give the external view a little bit, the progression over the last couple of years, and how long it took. What? 6 years, 8 years at Granite to get to where it was, and now in 1 year at Del Norte. How quickly have you seen this team mold? What has this experience been like for you, knowing how well it went at the previous stop for Soto?
I just really credit the girls. I think that they come out every day ready to work. It's always nerve-wracking going into a new environment and not knowing what to expect. When we showed up to tryouts and there were 70-something girls cleared to try out, it was really exciting. I know that before the Saturday practices, the captains really did a great job leading the girls out. Soto does an awesome job running, just the program in general, having expectations on the girls. I know that some of them are a little afraid, which is always good to have when you have your head coach, and just shows the sign of respect. So I really just give the credit to the girls. I really do. They come out and they work every single day, and we can't really ask for more.
For you guys at Del Norte as athletes, I'm curious what the experience has been like getting that new field installed. And I know that doesn't necessarily make like sports better, but you do realize you have the coolest setup of like any high school in like what were you saying there?
Oh, she said the normal field, the backfield.
Yeah, the backfield. Like you go to a high school that has apparently money on money to spend and all that. For you guys as seniors, what is the goal? Where is the bar set for the rest of the year? I mean, I'm sure you're going to say you want to win a championship, but I mean, real talk. Like, do you want to be in open? Do you want to go for that D1? Because open can be a daunting task, and seniors can say, hey, yeah, we want a piece of that. Like, we want to be the best, but that can also mean being the 7 or 8 seed and having to take on a really, really, really top team. Where are you guys aiming, through this back stretch of the season, and what is the goals now for the team the rest of the year?
I think everyone wants to win a championship, so whether it's open or D1, like trying to get to that top spot would be awesome. But I think besides like winning, just feeling like we did all we could this season and ending on a note, we were like, okay, that was the best game we could have played. Like whether we win first round or last round, just that was the best we could have done. We put everything out on that field, like leaving everything that we have on the field. I think that's just as good as, okay, maybe not just as good, but close to as good as winning would feel.
It's as close as you can come to being a cliche without being a cliche, so I'll allow it. Then maybe one step past that, what's the legacy that you guys want to leave? Instead of what do you want to accomplish this season as seniors, like what is the legacy that you want to leave, or what's the message or the impact that you want to leave on the younger grades here over the next couple of years for the program? Yeah, I know.
I
That's
got it.
50. That's 50%, coach. That's half the room.
For me as a senior, I mean, I think it's a big thing to be a senior in a program, especially in a sport like lacrosse where it's not where you have like numerous amount of numbers of players coming in and out every season. Like take example like football, basketball, like where you have plenty of people just coming in and out where you're not as worried, I feel, about building a family and a foundation from every like start of the season. Whereas lacrosse, like from day one, when girls are coming in, you want them to immediately feel like they're entering a family there. And I think Del Norte does a great job of really like creating that and pushing out, you know, we're a family here. And, you know, obviously, like, we have our cheesy sayings at school where it's like, oh, one flock, one family. And as much as we joke about it, it's honestly something that you can see on and off the field.
That's going to be the hashtag for this episode.
No.
I love that.
But I think that the legacy that I would love to leave at Del Norte is just, you know, it's really a family and it's not just a sport. So
I thought you were going to say coaching changes and utter chaos.
yeah, that too.
What was your previous high school?
San Marcos High School.
How many coaches did you burn through at San Marcos? 2 in 2 years?
No, just one. The one who was there left before I even got there. So
See,
he knew I was coming. He ran.
Okay, off-field wise, or you know, team bonding wise, as everyone's doing here right now, I'm always curious who is in control of the music and or like the vibes for the team this year. Like, who is that person on the team, and how did that person get selected?
Okay, that's me. This year Soto brought the program a lot of, you know, kind of that look good, feel good, play good energy, and one of those things being our boombox that you see at pretty much every single one of our games and practices. Pretty much everyone on campus now knows, oh, that's like the girls lacrosse playlist or the girls lacrosse speaker. I always have people at school.
What's on the playlist?
Oh, a little bit of everything. So it's kind of funny. We actually have like 2 different playlists. There's, you know, the everyday practice, wherever we need it. And then there's our game day playlist.
A little sampling of the game day playlist.
Oh,
because that sounds like the
okay.
The good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not singing. I'm not singing. Oh, I can't sing. I can rap.
No, okay. I don't trust you on this, so I'll ask you. You're saying that she does, in fact, when it's game time and or like around that sing. Yes, this is something that has helped inspire you guys at some point this season.
No, sir.
I heard a yes.
No, sir.
That means you're on the hook for a singing. You got to sing one clip of something.
What am I singing, guys?
I'm kidding. She doesn't sing.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I'll sing like random things, but I don't sing specific songs. Okay, we've got a little bit of everything on here. We have Cash and Cash Out, Pharrell Williams. We have Drake. We have 21 Savage. We have Nardo Wick. What's your guys' like favorite song on the playlist right now?
That one EDM song that's like, dun, dun.
Totally. Yeah, so
I'd like to point out that you just described most EDM songs.
That's what I was gonna say.
Deal.
But we have a lot of, you know, different genres on
And
there.
this is all curated entirely by you,
Oh.
or are you taking suggestions from
I don't take full credit for this at all. A lot of it has been curated through just years of playing, you know, club lacrosse, and, you know, like when you're walking through a tournament and then you hear like a song, you're like, oh, Shazam, and then I add it because it's hype, it gets you going, and I think that's a big thing why we love the boombox. Is last season a lot of our music was very restricted. It was like no bleeping, no talking about alcohol, like anything. So it was kind of like, okay, no Pitbull songs allowed on there. What are we?
Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. You take Mr. Worldwide. What are you gonna play?
Dale for you.
Right. And so I was like, okay, time to, you know, reboot that energy. And I think this season, you know, music is just one of those things that I think is a universal thing for a lot of people. And just kind of, in a sense, like the music is a little bit of all the girls in one place. And so that playlist, I think, is something really special this year.
Savage and Pitbull have unified the flock.
They have. Oh, they have. You will see anyone walking by in the middle of our games.
I said they grew wings.
But I think that's one thing that our team really like takes pride in, is kind of like our hype before games, like during games, our celebrations, and just kind of our unity.
You have quite a bit to celebrate when you're scoring double digits.
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's mostly you scoring them anyway. Ball hogging up there, not being a good team. I'm just joking with you on that one. Okay, so let's just recap. Del Norte's coming for it this year. We've got what? 10 games left?
10.
Six, seven, eight. 8 games left.
We had like 4.
Whoever thought 4? Wow.
She doesn't love us.
Senior season.
No, that's how you guys wind up outside of Open. Is the seniors stop playing after 4? You tank a couple games at the end.
Bye, guys.
Yada yada yada. No, so they've united the flock with enthusiasm, Mr. Worldwide, and potentially a lot of trash talking that they won't own up to. But
I didn't say nothing.
Exactly. But no, seriously, this is one of the schools like I'm talking about is proof in the pudding that lacrosse is growing into a sport where there's a lot of schools playing it really well now. So definitely go check one of their games out. If there has to be one, we're saying go check out the game where you guys are hosting Poway. No. That's the one, or what's the one? If we had to tell people to go check out one game this year.
Torrey Pines.
You versus Torrey Pines?
We versus Torrey Pines on our senior night.
All right,
May 4th.
You go. They're calling their shot, the biggest of possible shots. And they want you to come watch them take on Torrey Pines to close out the season and protect the nest, or whatever it is that is another bird-related pun. Thank you very much, everyone, to watching. Thank you specifically to that human being for finally coming into an episode. Just gonna leave the camera on her awkward face
Until she
for the last.
slithers out the door.
Yeah. Don't know why anyone else would still be watching at this point. Podcast is, I know we're still recording though.
Okay, we're good. Thank you.
No,
You don't want to be on camera.
we gotta
He needs the honor.
we got to per capita. Like if we need more time.